Hello everyone. Today me and Sai are here to showcase how AI can simplify and accelerate our statistical programming processes. By leveraging interactive visual data flow diagrams, we can help teams quickly understand data lineage, transformation logic, and study dependencies, improving consistency and reducing study startup effort. We also plan to automate batch submit refreshes for SDTM, ADAM, and TLF deliverables with real time monitoring and validation of dependencies. This will reduce manual rework, improve reusability across milestones, and help deliver high quality outputs faster throughout the study lifecycle. On to you, Sai, for the demonstration.
So we can navigate to our study here, as you can see on the left. And right now I'm just looking at an SDTM dataset. But what we were referring to is the data flow map. So when you click on this, it actually shows all the SAS programs within SDTM, but then also ADAM and TLFs. So one of the dependency understanding it has is if I were to run this DM program, for example, it would actually start running the program, but show you in live the connection dependency. You see the little lines there showing that it's producing the DM data set. And when that's completed, it actually will go into the dependence ADSL. And then when that completes, it also ran the ADMH really quickly. It ran into errors, but what I wanted to demonstrate is that it ran these three programs in this example in the right dependent order, and it also summarizes that dependency here. And once it's finished, you can actually look at the log to see what the errors are that it ran into, and you can look at the output of the data and so forth. But this is an example where the dependency, it's part of the system where it parses the log and figures out what order to run these. Another thing that you can do is you can actually um, copy this entire study as a template into a new study. I meant to do the library of programs and dependencies here. So we created a template global study with its standard programs. And from here, you can actually set up a brand new study. So let's say it's within the same project. 999 is a fictitious project. And let's say the name of the study is 123, which is also a fictitious study. Could be new. Um, okay. So what it did there was it took the set of standard dependency study flow diagram that we had from the library, and it copied it and it created this new study or deliverable within that study called Dry Run 7. And these are the programs in which it copied some of the DM, the MH that I showed, along with some of the ADAM programs and some example TLAP programs. But from here, this is a great standardized way of setting it up. So if you go back to the hierarchy from at the beginning here, if I close down my CSR3 I was working on, this is the new one that was just created, through using that library. And it has all of the ADAM and TLFs and SETM programs that came from the library. So this is a great standard way of managing your standards and creating new studies. Now, in addition, you can do QCing of your diagram using AI, in fact. So the QC library manages that. But what I want to show you is QCing of data sets as well. So for example, if I wanted to QC this AE data set, I could just say here, perform QC, and it would actually run a series. I can go ahead and start it. It uses AI to generate the program to perform the QC checks. So that runs in the background as an agent on your behalf, but develops a program to perform all these checks. And these are the findings from that check. And then you can decide if you want to reject that finding, or you can manually fix it, or even have the AI assist you in fixing it. But these are checks that are following CDISC standards. Let me show you what the checks are real quick that it's doing. So the checks are in the system that an administrator would set. within the CDISC guidelines here, depending on what implementation guide you chose, there's a series of checks that you can do, both for SDTM here or Atom here. And these checks could be bespoke to your team and your therapeutic area. So for example, you can go ahead and edit this and make changes to fit your study needs and save it. And that way, you have a new version specific for your study and your team and your projects. Is it just creates a SaaS program called QC, and you could actually open and look at the logic here. But this is all dynamically generated using AI. In this case, it's using Claude, Anthropic Claude. In fact, you can write a validation program that uses ChatGPT to verify things in addition if you want. But the nice thing is that all of this logic is not programmed by hand.